Everything changed with the Great Depression. Hoover was the first president to have to deal with this economic crisis, and many of the programs from his administration fell short. He called on volunteer sectors of social welfare to provide for the newly unemployed, while his administration focused on stimulating the economy through businesses. FDR began with a more conservative platform as well. He desired to limit spending in his original New Deal, sustaining the division between private social welfare workers and public aid. However, when the Federal Emergency Relief Administration, or FERA, came into existence in 1933, $500 million worth of relief were channeled into state and local welfare agencies. This required the cooperation of former private welfare agents, who soon became public officials under FERA's Regulation No. 1. With this new assignment, social workers in the public sector needed to conform with public motives using government funding. While this may have limited them in some ways, as these officials started to gain influence, the biases and practices of their private welfare days began to seep into their relief processes. FARE Regulation No. 3 utilized the concept of scientific charity by requiring families to be investigated before the allocation of aid. The poor law concepts of worthy and unworthy poor were important to private welfare, public casework, as well as the Social Security Act. Though the government was able to expand coverage for the poor more universally and more uniformly, the individualized approach to social work that began in the late 19th century continued to influence policy, as the private sector, the formerly private sector, and overarching government control such as the Committee for Economic Security increased in collaboration throughout the 1930s.